Hello, this is Michèle at Jasami Bookworm Podcast. Welcome to 2024, and I hope you all enjoyed a Happy New Year, as well as my guest today, Ian Mac Podcast, as well as his alter ego, Simpson Munro. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you, and hopefully a very successful New Year to Jasami.
Thank you very much, which is a perfect lead in to our announcement. Jasami is now Jasami Publishing and Productions CIC, which is a community interest company. Now, as you all know, we have had a commitment to community since we started almost 5 years ago. It'll be our 5th birthday in February. All those years we've had the commitment, and now we actually have the designation through Companies House. And it is going to provide us with lots of opportunities, new opportunities that weren't available to us before. So I'm very, very excited.
I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's another step forward on the road to success.
Thank you, thank you.
So, what will Jasami Publishing and Production be involved in 2024?
We will maintain our traditional publishing contracts. Mm-hmm. We will maintain our self-publishing consultancy. And we will be expanding into the world of documentaries and entertainment videos. And we have several projects which we'll be announcing shortly. If you're interested in seeing the updates, we have a new website. So please go into Jasami Publishing and Productions-CIC.org, and you'll see what we're up to. It's got a new, fresh look, obviously. So we are going to be expanding in lots of new ways. Everybody who follows us on social media will be kept apprised, as well as the rebranding. We have a fabulous new logo that's been produced by Joy Dakers, who does our covers, very talented and creative photographer who works with us. So lots of great news in the future. Mm-hmm. What are you working on?
Well, I'm working on The Publisher 2 that I said I would never write because The Publisher was a standalone, but I was actually working at Kevin Grove Park. I don't know if I'd spoken about this before. And then I started saying, I know what happened there, and I know what happened there in The Publisher, and I know what happened there, and eventually all stacks of new ideas came around.
The characters came back to visit you.
Yes, they did, very much so.
And wanted attention again.
Yes, they did.
Now, a little birdie has told me that you've been working on your editing skills. Now, you've been through the process a few times with a number of our talented editors. What did you discover about making it as good as it can before it goes through the editing process? What have you done?
Well, I've actually got Microsoft 365, which I use for writing, Microsoft Word, and it's on my phone as well. And due to the fact I'm now banned from Glasgow city centre taking my car in because of the LEZ zones, I've had to start taking the train. So to prevent boredom, I started looking over the Microsoft 365 that I've got on my phone, in which The Publisher 2 is on. So what I do is, for instance, if I had written stuff last night and I'm getting the train into Glasgow today, I'll look over what I wrote last night while on the journey into Glasgow. And what I've found is wee blips here and there, and well, there should be a full stop in there, and there should be a capital there, or there's a letter missing here. The one I saw the other day, it was is, so Microsoft won't pick it up when it should have actually been his, H-I-S, rather than I-S. I think it's the fact that you're actually looking at it on a small screen in comparison to the laptop screen. You actually pick up the errors
your mind views it differently.
Yeah.
And you've done a great advertisement there for Microsoft. So as an Apple user, I will say Pages does it just as well on the phone. So don't think there's a bias to Microsoft. We definitely believe in Apple and our Pages, which of course is the one I go for. But the essential part is that you can look at it in a document and make the corrections on your phone, and you view it differently. That's wonderful.
But
how did that come about?
boredom on the train. But the other thing about it is if you're reading it and then you think, do you know what I should actually have put in there? I should actually have put whatever it was so I can highlight it in yellow. And then when I come back down the road at night, I'll be highlighted in yellow on the laptop, and then I can put the sentence in that I should have put in. So you can actually expand on it.
Absolutely. And that's the great thing with the technology that we have nowadays. With the size of the phones, it's almost a small computer, a small laptop. And it is a different way to view it. As everyone knows, when we talk about the editing process, essentially once you've read something twice, by the third time, your mind will fill in what it expects to be there and not what's actually on the page, which is something that makes life interesting for professional editors. But there are tricks of the trade that we use that help us overcome that as well, especially breaks. Breaks are very important to step away from a project and then come back to it. So that makes a difference as well. How long have you been doing this, and what's the improvement you see in your editing, Simpson?
The characters are much better this time, and it's my input, not an editor's input, if you know what I mean.
Yes, you're making it richer before it goes to editing.
Yeah.
Which it's a great thing to say that writers always work on improving the way they write, how they write, what they write, so that the stories all become better. A writer evolves. It's just like everything else, and as it should be. So, is there any little something interesting that you might want to give a little tidbit without any spoilers? No spoilers, but is it the same characters, or are there more characters?
There's more characters in this one. What can I say? That this one, anybody that read The Publisher, you'll know exactly what happened in that book. So this is basically the follow-up that initially Yvonne Maldini may be a target for people wanting retribution for what she done to them in the first book.
I think we'll leave it at that, just to tease the audience.
And this one is more psychological.
It's written differently. I want a good murder in there, so there better be a good murder. That's all I have to say. Definitely want a good murder. Which brings me to the audience, our listening audience. What projects are you going to start in 2024? What writing are you going to be doing, and how will you work on improving it? How will you work on your self-editing? How will you make your writing as tight as it can be? I'm happy to announce that starting in summertime, we're going to offer a few little master classes that will become videos to assist with that. And we're always working on improving the services we offer, as well as assisting the writers that we have. Any final thoughts for our listening audience?
Just stick with it, and don't let them put you down or say, no, it's rubbish, or what might be rubbish to one might be brilliant to another. But don't let them get you down.
That's very true. We listened to Michèle McManus was on BBC Radio, and they were interviewing an author, Julie, I can't remember her last name, but she said, being tenacious, she said that she could have wallpapered one of the rooms in her house with all the rejection letters. So again, don't let that get you down. If someone says no, you go to someone else and you come back around again. Look at the no as an opportunity to go somewhere else and make another improvement. Look at the no as to Why did they not like it? And then she's published with one of the top 5 publishers, and she's got 10 books under her belt. So it can happen. It takes lots of dedication, and writing is quite a lonely occupation. However, working with other people and writing clubs and writing groups brings it together so that you can share your work. At Jasami Publishing and Productions, we are always interested in improving. That's why the company has evolved into a social enterprise company now. Again, our devotion and commitment to community. And wait to see the surprises we have coming soon throughout 2024. So as a final thought, Ian, who would you like to give your shout out to?
Since the start of the new year, I'm not going to give it to one single person. I'm going to give it to the whole of the Jasami team and how hard they've worked, even through Christmas and New Year, to get things up and running. So well done, gang.
Thank you very much. Working through Christmas and New Year was one particular of our creative team because she was working on Simpson's project. Generally speaking, our team gets 4 to 6 weeks off because I'm not that tough a taskmaster. I won't say you stole my thunder, but what I would like to say is my shout out is to all of our new interns who are joining us. We have a few. Please visit our website so you can see the face and the bio and the projects that they'll be working on. But I do want to have a special shout out welcoming them to the team and saying you get to be part of the adventure, as our creative team is and our production team. So I'll say cheerio for now until next week. And as always, I wish you a sunny day. Michèle at Jasami Bookworm Podcast.